you ever been in an incident where your employees have received critical information from your boss? No, I mean your general manager. But the problem is, you as a manager weren't kept in the loop. We're going to talk more about my experience with it and how I handle it in this vlog. So, let's talk. First and foremost, if you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. It's that little button in the corner right here so that you can continue to grow as a leader you were meant to be. Now, let me go and get right into the story. I am a manager over about 61 employees. And right now we have a detached element of a few employees elsewhere. My general manager was actually doing some site visits, and during his site visit decided to tell my employees about an upcoming mission, which would have been fine and dandy, but I was just left out of it completely. One of the employees called me asking for additional guidance, and I was just, a little bit taken back. I had nothing to give because I was just out of the loop of what was going on. So the real issue with that was that the flow of information did not get trickled down to me. It actually went directly to the employee, and then he had to reach back up to me for more information that I didn't have. So the main issue was not the fact that my employees obtained the information. That's fine. It was the fact that I, myself, who were in charge of the employees, wasn't able to provide information to direct them as I should. The information from the top did not go to the middle person, did not go, and would flow down to the bottom. It just went straight to the bottom, skipped me altogether. So I was a bit frustrated with that, because then the outcome of that was that I had to redirect my approach, redirect my plan for the mission and how I wanted my employees to follow. And really, it was an undermining to me. I had to take a tactical pause on that one because, trying to get the words right. But it was really undermining to me. I like to be employed. Employ me, and I love to be in a loop. And defining the flow of information is what I have done to my soldiers. So what should have been done for the general manager? It's okay to go on a site visit and to provide extra insight on, what's going to happen for the organization. But I should have been kept in a loop. Whether it should have been a simple email to let me know his or her intent for me to pass on to my employees, or rather back briefing me on the information that was provided to the employees. That way I'm always in a loop and I can provide that guidance, as it is, day to day. Because if you're not nested with the section, sometimes you miss little tiny things along the way because you're so high up, and it just forces me to have to change direction if I'm just skipped out of it. What I would have done as a leader, as the manager, is really paint that picture of that communication line. And that is me passing that information through my section leads all the way down to my employees, so that they understand if they wanted to reach out for information, they do it throughout the same process to the section leads and then back up to me. What I did to correct this disruption in flow of information was I like to use email. I'm an email person because there's not a lot of times I can have that face-to-face. So I sent the email, made sure I CC some of those other managers that's on the team working on the same mission set, and sent a status update to my general manager so that they know where I am in this process. And that way, he or she can actually use the same approach on the way down. Because some people aren't aware of some of the things that they do. Managers aren't aware. It's sometimes it's tunnel vision, and I understand that. So I try to practice the same measures as I would want them to have for me, and it's worked. The response from the general manager once this happened was more of a dang. I didn't realize what I had done. So it was very much received well, and that was my main intent. It was definitely to inform, but also to kind of correct the situation moving forward. And then I was able to have like a more face-to-face contact where I was able to update, them on what was going on for the mission set. And that's the main thing. Good leaders accept their responsibility behind some of those common mistakes that occur, and they're able to, rectified in a pleasant manner without, there being any tension or hostility. And ultimately, that's what builds a team. Being able to communicate, clearly defining those processes of how you will go about communicating, and ensuring that you guys are always on the same wavelength. And that's always my intent. So it definitely works. If you've ever been in this type of situation, feel free to leave your comment in the comment box below, because I want to hear about it. How have you handled it? What have you seen work as well? Let's talk about it. And share for somebody else to grow as well. This has been Max Perspective, bringing you a fresh point of view.